All right, who do we got watching? Looks like we got 2 of you in there, 3. We're going to give you a couple minutes just to get more people connected. This is my first time doing this, so I hope you all, hey, Mark Wartz, my first time doing something like this, so I hope you all enjoy the workout. As always, work at your own level. I'm going to give you some kind of level 1, level 2 modifications as we go. This is a workout you can do with no equipment right there at home. I'm going to be using 1 or 2 pieces of equipment, but as I go, I'm going to let you know that you can do this with none at all. So you don't need to have the equipment that I've got here in order to do this at home. Format today, we're going to kind of loosely follow the same format that I use at my Impact Bootcamp workouts, which normally run Monday, Friday mornings right now when we're not locked down. My Impact Bootcamp format is usually a 5-minute warm-up followed by about 10 minutes of agility work, some kind of speed, quickness, agility. Following that is 20 minutes worth of strength, 10 minutes worth of cardio endurance work, and then 5 minutes of stretching. We're going to pare that down a little bit today for this first workout as kind of a trial thing. So you can expect today's workout to go maybe about 35 or 40 minutes or so. We are going to do some agility work, which you'll be able to do in a small space right there at home. We're going to do some strength work today, and our strength is going to be mostly core focused today. So I hope you're ready to work those abdominal muscles. And we're going to do some cardio endurance work, which you're not going to need a whole lot of room to do there at home either. So we've got, looks like 4 people on right now. We've got, yay, 1 like, awesome. I bet that was the Mark Wartz. So we're gonna get started right away. Like I said, this is my first time doing something like this, so please bear with me. This is going to be a learning experience for me as we go these next few workouts. I'm going to try and do something every single day for you. We're going to mix it up from day to day, so it's not going to be the same workout every day. We're going to do something different. So maybe one day we'll do something like this. We're going to do a core workout that follows my Impact Bootcamp format. Maybe one day we'll do a full cardio kickboxing workout. Maybe one day we'll do, we'll work with some stretch bands or something for those of you who have stretch bands at home. What I recommend before we start is that you've got a towel handy, that you've got a bottle of water, because you'll probably need it. If you need to pause and stop during this workout, just watch for a little bit. You go right ahead. Nobody can see you except yourself. So there's no judgment. So what I've got here is I've got a Levert equalizer. This is a big kind of, it's called a parallel. It's just made of like a big like a hurdle. And there are a lot of different body weight exercises you can do with this and a lot of different things. I'm going to be using this today for some agility work, and we're going to use this agility work as part of our warm-up and to get your heart rate going. You don't need to have this at home to do what I'm doing, and you'll see you can just do this without the equalizer, and it'll work just as well. I've got some notes here off the side that I'm going to refer to as we go, and we're going to start on some agility work. We're going to start with just a side shuffle. I'm going to be going side to side through the equalizer, and you can do this at home just by shuffling side to side right there on the floor. You want to stay kind of up on the balls of your feet, stay light, Think about landing quiet, so you're not thumping your feet, but you're just keeping that effort consistent and steady, getting those knees up, so you get the knees, the hips warmed up, you're getting through the ankles, starting to get that heart rate going, and you're gonna feel your breathing pick up. We're gonna move from that into some fast feet, just kind of hopping over, forward and back. You can do this, and I'll show you. You can do this just on the floor without the equalizer, or you can do this with the equalizer right there. Now we're going to go back to that side to side. Right now, working at more of a warm-up effort. Now, as you go, use those arms to help you control that motion. If you try to keep your arms down at your side, it's going to be awkward. Now, one of the things with the equalizer that you see that I'm using is it angles up off the floor. So as you move forward, it forces you to lift your feet up a little bit more. One of the nice features of it. Now we're going to go back to that hop over. Just touching those toes out in front, doing a hop and a switch. We're going to move on to a side hop of the equalizer. For this, I'm just going to turn to the side. We're going to hop side to side. Now, if hopping and landing with both feet is a problem for you, and for people who've had an ankle injury, people who might have knee problems, that could be, just hop side to side there. That's a little bit lower intensity. It's going to be less impact on the knees and on the ankles than jumping side to side with both feet. From there, we're going to go into a climber. I'm going to do mine on the equalizer. You can do this with your hands right on the floor. One of the nice things about doing this with the equalizer is it keeps your wrists in a nice neutral position versus on the floor where you have to get those wrists really flexed. With this, just doing that climber, working on getting the feet and the knees really pulled in. Stand light on the feet. Now, lower intensity, you can reduce that pull in, or you can just go like you're climbing stairs. So you're not hopping, you're just putting your toes on the ground. So there are some modifications for you for working at lower intensity. We're going to go back to that side-to-side hop. Either both feet or one at a time, that kind of polka step. Now, you can also mix up that side to side. So if you feel like you want to keep moving, but you need a little break, you can switch to that side to side foot motion. That's lower intensity. So it's going to give you a little bit of a cardio break, but still allow you to keep moving. back into that climber. Either level 3, really pulling those knees in. Level 2, reducing that range of motion. Or level 1, just walking upstairs. Wherever you feel like you want to be working, it's just fine for today. This is your workout. All right, we're going to change up that exercise a little bit. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with an equalizer. I'm going to move the laptop over here next to the wall so you can get a little bit better view of what I'm doing. With the equalizer, and I'll show you how to do this without as well. With the equalizer, I'm going to lean this up against the wall, and I'm just going to run. If you've got a wall right there at home, and I'm willing to bet you've got a wall, you can put your hands against the wall and run against the wall. You want to feel like you're trying to push that wall, so pressure into that wall. Like I said, I'm going to do this with the equalizer. Just running into that wall. I'm keeping pressure in, like I'm trying to push that wall back. Building that cardio intensity as we go through this workout, this warm-up. Anytime you feel like you need to stop and get a drink of water, you go ahead. I need to look at my notes. Going into a little agility with the equalizer. You can do this without the equalizer at home. We're going to start alongside, side, back, forward, side, back, forward, side, back, forward, side. Keep it light up on the balls of your feet. I saw a chat pop up. Brianna can't handle me. That's awesome. You keep trying, Brianna. Side, back, forward, side. Side, back, forward, side. We're going to go back to running up against the wall. Anchor it, push it up against the wall, or hands on the wall if you don't have an equalizer, and run. Alternatively, you could just run in place. If you happen to be in an area where there isn't any empty wall space to push against, you could just run right there in place. And Brianna, if you're running in place, you could push against your mom. Back to that agility shuffle. Side, back, forward, side. Side, back, forward, side. We're going to go 10 more seconds. 5. And there's time. Get yourself a drink of water. I'm going to get myself a drink of water. If you got a towel, you need to wipe off some sweat. You go right ahead. We're going to move into 20 minutes of strength. Take just a little bit, let that heart rate come down. And for this 20 minutes of strength, I'm going to be using that equalizer again. You can do all these exercises right there at home. No equipment necessary. I will explain as we go how you can do that. So we're going to pair two exercises back to back. We're going to do a couple of rounds through each of these two exercise circuits. I'm going to start holding the equalizer here. If you don't have an equalizer, stand and hold nothing. I'm going to step to the side. I'm going to rotate through the hips, touch down to the side, back up, step, touch down to the side, back up. If you're holding something like an equalizer, the lower down you hold it, the more you have to reach, so the more range of motion you're going to get. If you don't have an equalizer, just step to the side, rotate, and reach down as low as you feel confident going. Notice I did not use the word comfortable. Reach as low as you feel confident going. I'm going to go back to the equalizer. Side to side. I'm going to go one more side to side. Through the legs, through the hips, through the core. Still holding on to the equalizer. I'm going to raise it up, upside down, high overhead. I'm going to march, bring it over my knee, march, bring it over my knee. Over my knee, over my knee. If you don't have an equalizer, you can go march over the knee, march over the knee. If you've got a heavy book, if you've got a dumbbell, if you've got anything that's got a little bit of heft to it, you can hold that in your hands, overhead, and pull it down over your knee. You'll be working through the hips. You'll be working through the abs. You're working through the shoulders. Also through the back, through the glutes. This is getting a lot. Probably easier to list what this is not hitting than what it is hitting. One more side to side. Good. Take about a 10-second break. We're going to go back and repeat that same circuit. Get a drink of water if you need it. This section is less about keeping the heart rate up. It's more about working those muscles. This is our strength component. So don't worry about how fast you're going. Think about feeling those muscles as you go. And here, as you plant that foot, turn to the side. You want to focus on feeling your glutes, those big muscles in your butt. As you come back up to center, think about pushing off of the floor. Remember, you don't have to have the equalizer here. You can be reaching down and touching with your hands, with the book, with the dumbbell, sandbag. I have a medicine ball at home. You can do this with a medicine ball. One more side to side. And then we're going to go overhead, pull down over the knee. Pull, pull, pull. Think about feeling those abs as you lift that knee up. This is not only getting through the abdominals and the shoulders, you're also getting through the hip flexors. You're getting through the quadriceps because you're on one foot. You're getting through a lot of those hip abductors, the ones that move your hip out to the side and engage so your hip doesn't collapse when you stand on one leg. You're getting through the calves. One more to each side. Excellent. Take a little breather, get a drink of water. We're going to move on to two different exercises. I know know nobody ever wants to hear the word burpee in a workout, but we're going to do a modification of that burpee. I'm going to show you how to do it with the equalizer. If you've got, say, some of those push-up handles that keep your hands in a neutral position, you could use those push-up handles right there at home. You can do this right on the floor. We're not going to do a fast burpee. I'm going to do a walking burpee. I just saw something pop up. Uh-oh. Julie Marquardt just said the naughty word. Hands down, walk out, hold for just a moment, walk back, stand. Hands down, walk out, walk back, stand. Now, this is that burpee motion, but we're focusing on doing it in a very controlled manner, focusing less on the heart rate and more on feeling those muscles really engage as you walk out, walk back, stand. So here's what I want you to think about. Think about those abdominals as you get to that extended position right there. Feel those abs engaged just like a plank. So don't think of this as burpees, Julie. Think of this as plank repeats. It's just really, really short planks in a row that also happen to be getting through the legs and through the glutes. Now, I'm going to leave this EQ down on the floor. You can do this with the equalizer. You can do this with just your hands. I'm going to take that plank position. I'm going to turn, bring my knee across the body toward my opposite elbow, back up, turn, turn. You can do this on the floor just like I'm doing. If you've got, say, push-up handles or an equalizer, you can do this with either of those. If being all the way down the floor is a little bit too intense, you can put your hands on a riser or on a stair. And that incline will reduce the intensity of this a little bit. The focus here, shoulders and obliques, those side abdominals. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little breather. Get a drink of water. We're going to come back in about 10 seconds. With that, you'll call it either a walking burpee or a plank repeat, whichever you prefer. Let's start the standing position. I'll be using the equalizer. You can do this just on the floor without an equalizer if you don't have one. Down, walk out, walk back, up. Let's count to 10. Here's number 2. Walk out, walk back, and up. Number 3, walk out, walk back, and up. Number 4. 5, slow controlled motions. Feel those muscles engage as you go. This is strength training, not interval training or high intensity intervals like you would do with a regular burpee. We have 2 more here. Now this one, I'm going to hold at that out portion. I'm going to go right into my knee rotations. Now, if the rotation is not accessible for you, if you're having trouble with that, just go knee to elbow straight through. But if you can do that rotation, fantastic, keep it up. Modify as you need to. This is your workout. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breather. We're going to move on to a little circuit of 2 different exercises. Both of these are abdominals, of course. Today's a really core-focused workout. you about 5 more seconds. I call this exercise the golden arches. You can do this with or without the equalizer, obviously. And there are a couple different ways you can do this. I'm going to start with my feet, heels down, inside the equalizer. You can go hands up off the floor if you want to get that core really hard and work on balance. You can go hands down to the floor if you need a little bit more assistance with that core or with that balance. I'm going to draw those golden arches over the sides of my equalizer. You can thank McDonald's for this and their golden arches. Imagine that big M. Now again, like I said, if you feel like you need a little assistance with balance, with that core, put those hands down. You can even move them out in front a little bit if you want just a little less. If you can balance, you're awesome. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Next exercise, also with the equalizers, but I'm going to show you how you can do it without. I'm going to start with, I'm going to go sideways so you can see what I'm doing. I've got my feet out. I've got my hands pulled in. I'm going to lift up off the floor. 2 ways you can do this. Level 1, I'm going to reach out and bring the heels down, heels down at each point. If you're going without the equalizer, reach and pull, reach and pull. With the equalizer, level 2, heels up off the floor. You're going to feel this in the quads. You're going to feel this in the hip flexors. You're going to feel this in the abdominals. Going without the equalizer, again, just make that chugga chugga choo choo with the arms. 3, 2, 1. Take a few seconds as a break. Get a drink of water. Wipe off some sweat. Julie, if you want, you can type another swear emoji. Go right ahead. We'll give it about 10 seconds. How many people we still have with us? Oh, we got 5 now. Awesome. That's 1 more than when I first started out. Welcome, whoever you 5th person are. All right, so we're going to go back to that golden arches. Hands down or hands up, whichever you prefer. Side to side, with or without that equalizer. Focus on feeling those abdominals. Three, 2, 1, and back to center. Into that, in and out, heels down or heels up. Whatever level you're working at is perfectly okay. If you got something you want to hold in your hands, like dumbbells or a book or a medicine ball, you go right ahead. Thank you, Julie. Heels down, pull in. We're going to pull in and push out, pull in, push out. This is your level 1 work. Touching those heels down at the inside and the outside of that motion. Level 2 work is keeping those heels up. The more you lean back, the more you're going to feel the abs, the less you're going to feel the quads. But the more you have to balance. 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving on to the next exercise. We're going to go into a star position. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. I know most of you probably do not have an equalizer right there at home. I'm going to show you how to do this without the equalizer and with the equalizer. Start position is just a side plank. So I'm going to show you level 2 first, or level 1. Level 1 is up on the knee, lift up the foot, and reach. My weight's focused down here. My attention is focused on those obliques and this opposite hip. That's your start position. If you're going to go level 2 it, take a step up, go up on the foot, lift up into that start position. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in this equalizer. I'm going to get that top foot of the equalizer. If you've got a chair or a sofa, a bench, you could do this with that. Whenever I'm going to put a little gentle pressure down on that foot, I'm going to lift myself up into that start position and reach. That pressure down on that top foot is engaging the inside of my thigh. So I'm getting work on the obliques and the hip abductors. Those same muscles you would work at the gym on the knee squeeze machine, the hip abductor machine. So I'm going to hold this. Again, you could do this with a chair. You could do this with a bench. You could do this on a sofa. Or if you happen to have an equalizer there at home, you go right ahead. Mrs. Marquardt, if you want to use Aubriana as your brace for this, you go right ahead. Aubriana, let your mom do a start plank on you. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down, and because we don't want to be lopsided, we're going to work the opposite side as well. So, do this without if you need to. I'm going to do this with the equalizer. Pressure down here, lift up. I'm pushing out on this side, down on this side, and holding that star plank. So I'm getting those obliques, getting those inside hip abductors. I'm getting the hip on this side. And I'm going to reach up into a star, which I almost forgot to do. Just holding. Who's still with me? Thumbs up. You guys are doing great. If you made it this far, fantastic. Holding, holding. We're going to go 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Lowering back down. I'm going to move the equalizer back to the first side. Grab a drink of water. Give the obliques just a little bit of a break. We're going to come back and do that side plank once again on each side. All right, here we go. I'm going to go foot on the top. Once again, if you don't have the equalizer, just do a side plank with a star. Up and reach. Holding. Now, we're coming up on that 20-minute mark for this strength training. Like I said, if you guys have made it this far, you're doing freaking awesome. Hang in there. Holding, holding, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Back down, switching sides. Same thing on the other side. Ready? Here we go. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Nice. Well hauled. Okay, that's it for our strength training. We're going to move into 10 minutes of cardio endurance. What I've got for you today is I've got 5 exercises. We're going to do each of these 5 exercises for 30 seconds with a 10-second rest in between. I've got my timer set up on my phone. It's going to tell me intervals. It's going to tell me when to take breaks. If you guys are interested in what gym timer I'm using, it's called GymNext Flex Timer. It's available on the Android App Store right there. You can set up different intervals, however many rounds you want, how long each round is, how much rest there is, how many repeats. Okay, so what we're going to start with is we're going to start with Superman takeoffs. With this, I'm going to squat down and reach back. I'm going to come up on the toes. So you want to think about like you're going to jump up in the air, but your feet don't actually leave the ground. That's going to be our first one. We're going to start in 7, 6, 5, 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds of Superman takeoffs. Reaching back, reaching up. The goal with this is to go controlled, but quick, get that heart rate going. Halfway there. 10 seconds to go. So I'm not actually leaving the floor. 2, 1, 10-second break. Okay, next segment is just running in place. Okay, starting in 1, go. Running in place. Stay light on your feet. Quick, but controlled. If you need to slow it down, that's great. You go whatever speed you need to go at today. Of course, the faster you go, the higher your heart rate's going to go. In the last 10 seconds of this, 4, 3, 2, 10-second break. Next exercise, wide stance, slight bend in the knees. We're going to hop side to side. 2, 1, side to side. Quick but controlled. The goal here, try and look at me. Keep those shoulders pointing forward. Hips rotate to the sides. Shoulders sit. So I'm not jumping this way. I'm jumping like that. This is an awesome way to work in your dance moves. 4 seconds. 10-second break. We're going to do switch jump next, just like a skier. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Ski jumps. Not going down into a lunge today, just reaching back behind you. Goal here, again, quick but controlled. Goal is to get the heart rate up, not necessarily to make the muscles work. Although they might. 5 seconds. All right, that was your first round of 5 exercises. 2 more rounds, hang in there, you can do this. Starting the next one in 5, 2, Superman takeoffs, here we go. 30 seconds. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. 10-second break. Next up, running in place. Get a quick drink of water if you need to. Wipe off some sweat. 2, 1, and jog. Working at whatever level you feel confident and able at today. If you want to get those knees up higher, great. If you want to slow it down just a little bit, that's fine. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. 5 seconds. 30 seconds isn't that bad. 10-second breather. We're going into that twist hop in 5, 3, 2, 1. Ready? Here we go. Now I'm going a little quicker on this. If you want to slow it down, go a little slower. You work where you need to work. Two, 1, 10-second break. Oh, I think I skipped an exercise last one. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. I missed this in the last one through. That's right, we'll add it at the end. Don't even worry. You'll get your 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Now, for some people, especially if you're getting knee aches, jumping jacks can be an issue. Do step jacks. There's your step down modification. Still getting those arms working. There's time, 10 seconds. Still getting those arms working, but working at a lower impact intensity for your knees and your ankles. 3 seconds. We'll go on switch jumps. Skiers. Yeah. The goal is not to go into a lunge, 10 seconds to go. Not a lunge, just reaching those feet back. Like a downhill skier, cross-country skier. Time, 10 seconds. Going back up to the top with that Superman takeoff. Last round of this, Superman. But since we missed those jumping jacks the first time through, and I apologize for that. Since we missed those jumping jacks first time through, we're going to add on an extra round of jumping jacks at the end of this circuit. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. 10-second break. Going into running in place in 5, 2, 1. Running in place. Halfway there. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. 10-second break. Going into jumping jacks or step jacks in 5, 3, 2, 1. Now again, jumping jacks for level 2. If you have issues with the knees, ankles, do your step jacks. Wherever you feel confident and able to work today, 10 seconds to go, that's where you're working. No one else can gauge your effort. No one else can even see what you're doing. 10-second break. Twist hops. Now, I'm going quick on these twist hops. If you want to slow it down a little bit, perfectly okay. Five seconds. 10-second break. Switch jumps.
After these switch jumps, one thing left, and it's that set of jumping jacks that we missed. So we can get our 3 rounds of 5 exercises. You guys are still with me? We've been doing this 10-second breaks. We're coming up on 41 minutes. 41. 5 seconds, last set of jumping jacks, then I'm going to walk you through some stretches. 30 seconds jumping jacks, or step jacks. Your choice. 15. 10. Count it down. 5, 3, 2, 1. Time. There's time. Nice. Grab a drink of water. Wipe off a little sweat. It's important to stretch out after a workout. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of stretches. We're going to start out on the floor, 1 foot pulled in, 1 leg extended. And if you reach out toward your toe. Now, if you can't reach the toe, grab your ankle, give a gentle pull. Where I want you to feel this stretch, that extended leg up to the back of that leg. You might feel the calf muscle a little bit. You might feel back through here, stretching out a little bit. Anytime you hold a stretch, I recommend 20 to 30 seconds. If you go less than about 15 to 20 seconds on a stretch, you can actually wind up making that muscle tighter. And I can explain all the blah, 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 science behind that. But trust me, hold your stretch for 20 to 30 seconds. Or longer if you feel like you want to. And there will come a point where you actually start to feel that muscle relax and stretch out a little bit. That means you got a good stretch. All right, let's switch to the other side. Don't be surprised if you feel tighter on one side or more restricted in range of motion on one side than on the other. That's very normal. Again, we're feeling this stretch all the way up to the back of the leg, hamstring, calf. You're going to feel it on the opposite side up along the back. Also, don't be surprised if you feel that stretch in different spots on one side versus the other. You're going to feel the tighter muscle groups first. As those relax, you're going to feel the remaining muscle groups stretch out, holding for at least 20 to 30 seconds. All right, into just a basic butterfly stretch. Feet together, reach out and grab those toes, and we're going to lean in. Keep that chin up. You don't want to tuck down. Keep that chin up. It's going to help emphasize that stretch through the adductors. You may also feel this stretch up to the low back. As long as you're not feeling that it's uncomfortable, that's not a bad thing. You'll actually get to a point where you feel those muscles really start to relax out. Okay, next stretch. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. I'm going to show you a standing version of the stretch and a kneeling version. The standing version will be people who have trouble doing a kneeling. So I'm going to go 1 knee down, 1 knee up. I'm going to stretch through the quadricep and through the deep hip flexors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze through the glutes. I'm going to tilt my hips up. So if you imagine you're trying to point your belt buckle up at the sky, so your belt buckle tips up, that's what we're doing, is we're tucking under here, tucking up here, so your hips rotate back. You're going to feel, when you do that, you're going to feel that quadricep stretch out. You're going to feel that deep hip flexor, that psoas muscle stretch out. Now, for those of you who have trouble with a kneeling stretch, I'm going to adjust the camera here just a little bit. And I'm going to show you how to do that standing. So what we're going to do is we're going to step back on one side, like I'm going to do a calf stretch. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to tuck under and tuck back, like I'm trying to put my belt buckle up at the sky. When I do that, I feel that stretch here through the hip flexor, through the quadricep. Okay, so when you're ready, let's switch to that other side. We're going to do that hip flexor on this side, tuck under, tilt back, feel that stretch to the deep hip flexor, feel that stretch to the quadricep. Now notice I'm not leaning way forward, I'm keeping my weight down through that knee and using that tilt to get the stretch, not leaning into it to get the stretch. You're going to feel that stretch very differently if you try to lean way forward into it. Now again, if you need to do this as a standing version of stretch, keep doing that stretch if you're kneeling. If you need to do this as a standing version of that stretch, I'm going to move over this way. I'm going to show you the standing version on the other side. Step back, like I'm doing a calf stretch on that back leg. I'm going to tilt back, tip the belt buckle up, and hold. Those are some deep hip muscles that a lot of people never stretch because they can never really figure out how to get to them. This is a great exercise for getting through. It's called the psoas muscle. I'm going to shift this back just a little bit. I'm going to show you one stretch to finish up today. So I'm going to go hand on a wall. The foot that's next to the wall, I'm going to cross over in front. I'm going to reach overhead, trying to touch the wall with that opposite hand. Where am I feeling that stretch? I'm feeling it down through the sides, into the lats, down into the hip abductor on the side. We worked all those muscles quite a bit today. $20 to 30 seconds on each side. I can feel the weight. I'm going to switch. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So hand on the wall. That inside foot crosses over across the front. Reach overhead. Try to get that hand on the wall if you can. If you can't reach all the way to the wall, that's okay. You do what you can do today. You did it right here. Hit that side bend. Feel that side. Feel those obliques, the lat. Hips stretch out. And I can feel the muscles really relax out now. That's awesome. All right. So that's it for today. Thank you all for joining me, including stretching. That took about 55 minutes. So we're going to work on another workout for tomorrow. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but I will post an event on Facebook, so watch for that. And I'll include details in there. But I think we'll probably do it on YouTube live again tomorrow if this worked out well. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to shake your fist at the sky and swear my name if you feel super sore tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome, Julie. I hope you guys endure this shelter in place well. I hope that these at-home kind of stress relieving workouts are a good part of helping you manage the anxiety that we all might be feeling right now. Have a great day.